Welcome to episode No. 5 of Sales with Value. Today, we're doing a deep dive into, well, something we're calling the art of connecting with customers. We're trying to move past the usual sales tips and really look at how some people build these incredibly durable relationships in retail.
Right. Relationships so strong that competitors they can't break through.
Exactly.
And our source material today really focuses on this idea of relationship engineering. It's not about, a quick transaction.
Not just buy and sell.
No. We're looking at a blueprint for creating deep foundational trust, mostly with independent shopkeepers.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We want to distill the strategy, the mindset you need, and most importantly, the actual practical things you can do.
The specific actions.
Right. The actions that turn a one-off sale into, lasting loyalty. We want you to walk away with a real plan.
And it all starts from a very positive place. This isn't about high-pressure tactics or anything like that. It's about maximizing your own value through a genuine human connection. It turns out that things like integrity and empathy, they're actually the fastest way to master a market.
Okay, so let's dive into that core philosophy. The sources call it the new formula for victory, which is a pretty bold claim.
It is, and it's built on a fundamental, almost counterintuitive truth about sales.
Which is?
It's this. The shopkeeper buys you first and only later buys your goods.
Wow. Okay, that really shifts your perspective, doesn't it?
It changes everything.
If you're the salesperson with your bag of products, it forces you to look up from the bag and actually see the person on the other side of the counter.
Exactly. The product is secondary. What really matters is that deep personal bond, that trust.
So if that connection exists,
Then the shopkeeper will just naturally favor your brand. And this holds up even if a competitor comes in with a slightly better price or, a new scheme.
so the relationship itself becomes a competitive edge?
It's the ultimate edge. The sources are so clear on this. They say when that personal connection is solid, even the market's biggest competitor cannot shake you.
It's like a firewall.
It really is. And, we should probably clarify what relationship building means here.
Right. It's not about spending hours and hours just chatting.
No, not at all. It's about being intentional. It's about being so focused and respectful in those few minutes you have that you leave a distinct positive impression.
Quality of connection, not quantity of time.
Get it.
Okay. So if the truth is they buy you first,
Hmm.
how do you actually do that? I think we need a story here to really show the difference.
And the sources have the perfect one. It's this power story about Arian, a snack salesman.
Okay.
When he started out, Arian was, the definition of hardworking. But he was failing, consistently failing.
Why? What was he doing wrong?
His approach was just completely mechanical, a machine.
So he'd walk in and just launch into his script?
Yep. Hello, new scheme. Will you take the goods? Every time.
Yeah.
He treated the shopkeeper like an obstacle, not a person.
And I'm guessing he got the same response every time.
Almost always. Stock is full, no time now.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get the order, not trying to understand the person.
So he hits a wall and decides to change things up.
Completely. He decides to target the most difficult shop he knows. The one with the owner who's always grumpy. And he commits to a totally new tactic.
Which was?
The most important thing he did was what he didn't do.
Okay.
He didn't open his sales bag.
He just walked in empty-handed, essentially.
Essentially, yes. He relied only on observation, and he saw the shopkeeper, who was visibly stressed, hunched over his ledgers trying to do his accounts.
So he saw the human problem, not the business opportunity.
Precisely. And this is that moment of human connection. Arian just pauses his whole routine, looks at the man, and instead of asking for a sale, he just says,
What does he say?
says, "Uncle, please finish the calculation later. First, drink a sip of water. You look quite stressed."
Wow.
And that one small, unsolicited act of, empathy, it melted the ice.
It had nothing to do with selling snacks.
Nothing. It was about seeing someone's stress and offering a moment of relief. He got an order that day, sure, but the bigger win was that he secured a loyal client.
A client whose loyalty was now based on respect, not price.
And that's the lesson Arian learned. The order comes from the conversation, not from the bag. Empathy isn't just a soft skill. It's a huge business advantage.
It's the difference between asking for a sale and earning the right to ask for it.
Yes, it's the lever that can turn a resistant person into a loyal advocate.
That story really nails the why, the whole mindset shift. So now let's get into the how. How do you actually engineer this?
Right. Let's unpack the practical toolkit. The sources lay out these 12 specific steps, these 12 PowerPoints.
And we've grouped them into a few logical phases, right, to make it easier to follow.
Exactly. It's all about mastering the small intentional details,
Mm.
starting with the very first moment you walk in.
Respect and recognition, the opening move.
Yep. The first point is what's called the power of the name. It sounds so basic.
But so many people skip it.
They do. As soon as you enter, use the shopkeeper's name. And with genuine respect, it immediately acknowledges them as a person, not just a storefront.
And then there's the sincere compliment. This can go wrong so easily if it's not genuine.
You can. You can't just say, hey, shop looks nice. It has to be specific.
I
Like, I love how you've arranged that corner, or the way you manage stock during the morning rush is really impressive. It shows you're actually paying attention.
Okay, that makes sense. So the next phase is observation and adaptation. This goes right back to Arian's story.
It does, because this is where most transactional salespeople just fail. They rush.
They're on their own schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to practice smart observation. If the shopkeeper's busy with a customer or doing their accounts, you wait.
You pause.
You pause.
Yeah.
Because barging in just tells them your agenda is more important than theirs.
And then there's this idea of the magic of the tone. What's that about?
It's a kind of subtle mirroring. You match your pace and style to theirs.
So if they're a fast talker, you speed up a bit?
You get right to the point. If they're more slow and thoughtful, you slow down. You allow for pauses. If your energy clashes with theirs, they'll feel it, even if they don't know why.
That's fascinating. You're removing friction before you even start talking about product.
You are, which leads to the next part. Listening and validation.
Making them the expert.
Right. First, just listen. Hear their concerns, their challenges, before you even think about your pitch. But the real game changer is what the source calls the consultation.
Which is asking for their advice.
Exactly. You flip the dynamic. Instead of telling them about a scheme, you ask for their opinion on the market. How are customers reacting to this trend? You make them the expert.
And that validates their experience. It changes the power dynamic completely.
It does. They're not a buyer anymore. They're a consultant, a peer. They're invested now.
Okay, I love that. Now let's talk about the long game, integrity and low pressure.
This is all about building trust over time. So the firm promise, it just means if you say you'll do something small, you do it.
Like sending that email or bringing a sample next time.
Right. Because when you break a small promise, you plant a big seed of doubt.
And what about stress-free sales? The idea of just walking away.
It's so powerful. If their stock is genuinely full, you don't push. You just say hello, register your presence, and leave.
Because forcing it just creates stress.
It tells them your commission is more important than their business health. If you walk away, they'll be happy to see you next time.
And what about something as simple as accepting a cup of tea?
You accept it with respect. It's a moment to connect as people, not just as business contacts. Refusing can feel like you're saying your time is too valuable for them.
Okay, moving on to adding value beyond the product.
This is about being indispensable. Give them a gift of information.
Something that helps their business.
Yeah, a small detail about a market trend, or something a competitor is doing, something that helps them, even if it doesn't lead to a sale for you today. You become a source of intelligence.
Not just a guy with boxes. And what about festive greetings?
A simple gesture. Offer greetings on holidays or festivals with zero expectation of getting an order. It shows you remember them as a person, not just a number on a sales sheet.
And that brings us to the very end of the visit, the exit.
The splendid farewell. It's simple. Leave with a genuine smile whether you got the order or not.
Because your last impression sets the tone for your next visit.
Exactly. You're investing in the future, not reacting to today.
That is just a fantastic framework. It's all built on, well, just intentional human behavior. So let's tie it all together with the underlying philosophy.
Right. Let's look at the high-level view of what this all creates. We can synthesize it into a few core themes.
Okay.
First is the value of legacy. The source says the order is a piece of paper, but the relationship is a legacy.
So you're not just chasing this month's target.
You're investing in goodwill that will outlast any single product you're selling, which changes what the shopkeeper is even looking for.
They're not just looking at your products.
No, they are not looking for goods, but a trustworthy face. You are the primary product you're selling. You are the currency.
Which means loyalty can't be bought.
It can't. The source is clear. Loyalty in the market is earned through right behavior. You have to behave your way into it. using all those points we just talked about.
So what does that mean for ultimate control if the relationship is that foundational?
It means the salesperson becomes incredibly valuable. The ultimate piece of wisdom here is he who holds the key to the heart holds the secret to the market.
So if you have that human connection, the competition just fades away.
It becomes irrelevant. When human connection happens, the competitor's calculation ends. They can't beat you on price if they can never beat you on trust.
And the salesperson transforms from someone just carrying a bag
Into a respected peer. A brother, as the source says. Your tone, your entire approach, that's what actually determines your profit.
the quality of the interaction is everything.
And it's all summarized in one perfect line. Product leads to the first sale, but behavior leads to the repeat sale.
So what does this all mean for you listening, no matter what industry you're in? This idea of relationship engineering goes way beyond retail sales, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a blueprint for professional integrity in any field.
Whether you're dealing with a huge client, a vendor, or even your own team members, it's about choosing to see the person before you see the transaction.
And the source material leaves us with this one really reflective thought. The glow of trust is far deeper than any advertisement.
Mm.
So think about those 12 PowerPoints we walked through. The name, observation, listening, the farewell. Reflect for a moment. Which single one of those relies the least on your product knowledge and the most on your inherent character?
That's the one.
That's the skill to prioritize. That's the one to go out and practice today.
Mastering that single piece of your own character, that's your key. That's how you earn mastery through genuine connection. Thank you for taking this deep dive with us.